What's up, everybody? How we doing today? We are live from the den. So we are here. It's been a while, as usual. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best to be energetic. I've been a little under the weather recently, so hanging in there. Go ahead and throw your questions up here. I'll see if I can figure out. Oh, where'd the chat go? Chat. There's the chat. Throw your questions on up here. It's time. Answer whatever questions you have. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It can be products, it can be industry, it can be events. Throw it on up there and we will get it started. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? Kevin jumped right into it. Any possible release of an LMG? I mean, not in the near future. Is all I'm going to say about that. I mean, anything's possible if you look out far enough, but not planning on it right now. It's not on the short list of projects, at least. Let's see, LMG time. Yes. Pitbull 824 says hello. How's it going? Seabass 2 swole. Does the Mark 18 barrel nut have a special spacer? I took my rail off to swap the barrel, and now the bolt plate is loose. It's still loose with the original barrel. No. Does the barrel nut have a... I don't think so. I'm not sure what the issue you have going on is. Maybe shoot a video over to tech and just get some feedback from them. I haven't messed with the Mark 18 rails a ton, but to my knowledge, there's nothing unique like that. You may just not have something installed correctly or have something a little out of place, especially if you put all the original parts back on and it's still loose. So let's see, LMG time. Hello from Germany. How's it going over there in Germany? Let's see, 3, 6, which is like 9 o'clock this evening over in Germany. Dread Frost says, hope you get better, buddy. I'm really interested in getting an Inferno XTS in my 308. With solenoid of my Inferno Gen 2 fit the XTS? Good question. The answer is yes. That's why we're offering the XTS as an upgrade kit, not as a complete engine. It just makes more sense. Most people already have a Gen 2 in their MTW, so it's going to be more cost effective for you guys if you just get the engine rather than or get the upgrade kit rather than having to sell a whole new solenoid. The solenoids are really expensive, so trying to make it as cost effective as possible for you guys that want to get the newest engine in your MTW. Let's see, Remy. Let me throw a couple things up for you guys to think out about. I'll jump right back to questions. One, we're going to do a new Can We Break the MTW series. That was like maybe our most popular video series we've ever done. So we want to do another one. It's been years since we did that. Believe it or not, the MTW's been out now for like 6 or 7 years. I forget what it is. And we did that not too long after launch. So give us ideas on that. What gun do you want to see us try to break? What are ideas for things we could do to it to try to break it? Throw some ideas up here. Give us ideas for this series, and we'll talk about them as you throw ideas up on the screen. Let's see, hello. Are you thinking of making MTW SCAR L or H? Well, that would be cool. We are not going to get FN licensing realistically. So I don't know off the top of my head whether the SCAR is one of those that only the trademarks are licensed, are trademarked, or whether they've gotten protection on some of the design features. So I don't know whether we could even, in theory, do just sort of a lookalike. Again, not on the short list of projects. It would be cool. I like this. I personally, I like the SCAR L. H is cool too, but really like the SCAR L. But I don't think it wouldn't be an easy project for us to do. We'll say that it would be a major project. Is there going to be a 12-gram CO2 pistol grip? Do you mean like a way to adapt a 12-gram onto the tank grip? Is that what you're talking? Right now, I guess there's not a good way to do that. You can run, if you screw an expansion chamber into that, you could run 33s on it, 33 grams CO2. That'd be a nice setup, super lightweight. Aerosmith said just need 9mm and 7.62 to complete the setup. Not sure which we're talking about. Ellen, sorry, maybe I missed something there. By the way, how we doing? Aerosmith is in the UK. Really good work. He came over for the tech class this summer. Has come over a couple times now for the summer tech class. Good people. Let's see. Just paired my Hydra with a Storm 5. What a sick combo. It's so efficient. Shout out from Bogota, Colombia. Wow, Bogota, Colombia. Cool. That's from P90 Airsoft. Nice. I don't know that I've ever talked to one of our users in Colombia before, so that's pretty cool. What's the airsoft scene like down in Colombia? Will there be a forged 308? Drop it from a helicopter. We could probably arrange that. That's a good idea. We could probably arrange that. Will there be a forged 308? I don't know. It's conceivably doable. I don't know. Is there a huge desire for a forged 308 versus the billet 308 style that we have? I don't know. It's conceivable that we could do it. We have a supplier that can make us forgings, but whatever. Let's see. Hello from Ottawa, Canada. How we doing up in Canada? Our America's hat. Do you still support the Reaper Gen 2 engine? I mean, it depends on what you mean by support it. We still have parts for it. We support it in that sense. If you need help with something, our techs can help you out. We're not selling it right now. Ricarda says, I have an MTW9 and it's amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing and shoots as well as my MTW Billet Unleashed Gen 3. That really surprised me. Good work there, guys. MTW9 is way underplayed, in my opinion. Great platform, really lightweight, compact. Really like the MTW9 platform. It's one that I enjoy playing with personally. If you're doing anywhere that has like SMG rules, great platform for that. And yeah, the performance is on par with any MTW. It's, there's still a lot of assumption that, oh, well, if it's short, it's going to not perform as well. And that's just, I mean, you don't get the efficiency and all that that you get from a longer barrel, but overall you get really high level performance in a really compact package. Let's see. Kevin, regarding the Gen 12, is there a possible redesign of the engine to shoot 3 rounds instead of 8? Many fields ban the replica due to the excessive amount of rounds being shot too quickly. So it's something we are looking at. Honestly, I think 3 is kind of silly. 6, I understand. There's been 6-round shotguns for as long as I've been around airsoft. Longer than that, a long time. So will people accept 6? I don't think 3 is really a shotgun. It is conceivable that we could do it, but it seems kind of silly to me personally. But I understand different people have different rule sets. A 6 BB engine is totally conceivable. Is that something people are interested in? Let me know. Airsmith said, we have the Evo, we have the M4, we have the 308, just need a pistol, an LMG, or AK for the full run. Yes, doing good, thanks. Hope you and the family are keeping well. Looking forward to IWA this year. We will definitely have some fun new stuff at IWA this year. I don't think I've seen you at IWA before, though. So anyway, look forward to seeing you there. Yeah, we'll have some fun stuff at IWA. Let's see. 12-gram CO2 pistol grip like the Wraith stock, but the CO2 cartridge is in the grip, so you don't need a buffer tube. Well, the question is, where do you stash the regulator? You still have to have a regulator somewhere. You can't just shove a CO2 cartridge in there. I don't really foresee that being something we do anytime real soon, but who knows? What do you think of the VSR sniper from AMP? Asks Aston4736. I am not sure what you're talking about exactly. Are they haven't seen something? So if you're gonna have to give me a bit more details on that. I apologize. Somebody whose name I definitely can't pronounce said we need a closed bolt engine, please. No, I don't really have much comment on that. We have experimented a lot with a lot of different engines, and yeah, the hybrid technology and the Gen 2 and the XCS is really the best of both worlds right now. If we come up with something that I think actually is worth maintaining as a separate offering that's closed bolt, we will bring it out to you guys. But we try to focus on what we really believe in and think is the best option for people. So tell it like it is. P90 Airsoft says it's big. People are just starting to get into HBA. Lots of milsim players, but more of speed QB scene here in the city. Engines are just easier to send down than actual replica. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I get that. But that's cool. Well, I look forward to seeing more from Columbia. Also said, I love to see a bullpup from you guys. It would be the first on the waiting list. Bullpup would be fun, though. Honestly, no offense to P90 Airsoft, the only bullpup I actually really am in love with and have been for a long time is the PDR. I've tried a bunch of others. I like the concept of a bullpup. The only one that I actually really like the ergonomics of, apart from if you're taking the PTS version that was done, the trigger was terrible and there was, other stuff. But as far as like the basic ergonomics of the gun, love the PDR. But I haven't, P90 is okay, but I don't love it for a bunch of reasons. And then like the Tavor, the full-size Tavor is way too big. The Tavor Mini, I like the ergonomics of a lot better. There's not been an airsoft version, and I've only held the real one. I haven't actually shot it much, so can't speak to it much. So I don't know. I love the PDR. I think it's a fun little platform. But yeah. Any more ideas on what we do to break the MTW and what MTW you want us to try to break? Let's see. I would love to see an AK from you guys, of course. Everybody wants us to do an AK. Could move the reg into the gearbox. You could. This seems like a really niche idea to me. I'm not sure that there's a huge demand just to get rid of the buffer tube to keep a CO2 cartridge in the grip. That just it wouldn't even fully fit within the grip. You'd end up having it extend out of the bottom, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like the thing to me. But what's on the short list? Well, I can't tell you what's on the short list. There's lots of things. I started this company because I like doing development. I like creating new stuff and, moving the industry forward. And, one thing I'll say, and I don't know how long all of you have been around, our company, but, one of the things that's cool is, just talking with friends and people getting started, I was like, I think, I was excited about this as a business opportunity because I was like, it's not just the economics or, running a business or whatever, but it's like, I think we can totally change this industry. I think we can completely transform what this industry looks like, where there's higher quality, better products. People can have more fun playing the game because their equipment doesn't let them down all the time. And we can really transform an entire industry. And I really think we have done that. I think there's lots more progress to be made, but I think I don't think I'm out of line taking giving our company a good chunk of credit in terms of how much technology has been pushed and progressed, and the industry has moved forward over the past 10 or 12 years. Compared to the 20 years before that, where the AEGs that were being made 12 or 13 years ago when we were getting into it were not really substantially different from the first AEGs that came out 15 or 20 years before. So anyway, it's cool to see that. Cool to look back and see how much progress the industry has made. Let's see. Can you try and break a unleashed version of the MTW? Would love to see how the buffer tube tank holds up to abuse. Maybe. Hadn't thought about that. It's a possibility. Put it in the list of ideas. Forged MTW dropped from a helicopter. Yep. Somebody else suggested drop from a helicopter. We have, Third Coast runs helicopters at some of their events, and maybe we could convince them in a controlled setting to let us drop an MTW out of the side, accidentally, on purpose. I don't know. Maybe it's worth an ask. Sal, you listening? Think you can hook us up with that? Drop an MTW out of the side, like maybe hook a GoPro to the side of it so you can watch it, falling through the air and then smash into the ground. I don't know. Be a cool idea. P90 says you should check out the trigger system from Shadow Regiment. It does wonders on your engines and FCUs. Made my P90 a speed talk beast. Okay. I have not seen that. Is that specifically for the P90? B&T KH9. I forget which one the KH9 is. B&T makes some interesting stuff. like, I find B&T interesting because they're just like, I don't know. They just march to the beat of their own drum in terms of their gun design. Like, they make kind of unique off the wall stuff. Again, it's a licensing issue though. B&T. Does ASG still have the B&T license? Can't remember. I can't remember which one the KH9 is though. Let's see. Put a mail address and customers can send their pictures of their builds and you take pictures. Are you talking about like sharing pictures on on social media or something? We've done some of that in the past. And we still every once in a while pull pictures that we just find on social media. But I don't think we have a dedicated spot you can submit them. Mike says, you guys at MTW have done a great job. No joke. The best gun I've ever bought out of the box. I have 4 of them at the moment. Yeah. Thanks for the support. MTW is boss. All right. When can I get a billet XBR? Okay. So got some questions around this. We've rolled out XBR updates. And again, XBR is XTS, Bluetooth, and recoil. We've rolled those updates out on Forged, multiple different models of Forged now, and on we have the 308 XBR. There's not an immediate plan to push those updates to billet. It probably will happen eventually, but don't hold your breath on it. The plan right now is to continue with the Spartan and Gen 2 technology in the billet line and the latest technology in our sort of flagship models, the Forged line. So don't hold your breath on the updates rolling out to the billet. Again, it likely will happen at some point, but that is not. It's not something we're going to be pushing out in the next few months, for sure. I don't have a definite date on when that might happen. There's some other projects we want to get through before we consider doing that. Question: have you experimented with a way to adjust nozzle loading speed with the Infernos? Have not seen the updated Inferno yet. I'm not sure what you're going to have to define speed. You can't directly control nozzle loading speed. That's not really a thing. You can control the nozzle loading force, which we do within both the XTS and the Gen 2. It's part of what makes the Gen 2 as good as it is some of the stuff we've done internally, which we've talked about and shared with some of the folks at our tech class, but we haven't really published a lot of information on. It's just because it's one of those, not exactly trade secret, but it's not stuff I'm going to publish for competitors to learn from. Some of that stuff is really is stuff we're doing, but it's not exactly controlling. There's no direct way to control nozzle loading speed. You can adjust the force, you can adjust some other parameters, but speed is not something you can directly control. Can we get a extra tab within the Blink FCU app to see data from multiple shots like the Acetec app does? Currently only shows single shot data. We'll add that to the list. You will see more updates on the app eventually. Again, we wanted to get the basic Blink app, which, by the way, one of the other things I have on my agenda here is people using Blink. Feedback on that, thoughts on that. How are you liking it? Are there features you want to see? But we wanted to get it out there with sort of the basic required features, most important stuff. We do plan to continue developing that app. And again, because we have the ability to push Bluetooth updates, firmware updates through Bluetooth, As long as it's nothing that requires a change to hardware, we'll be able to push those out to anybody that has the current version as well. It's certainly something we could do. I don't know. We'll add it to the list of requests that we'll consider when we do updates in the future. Great to have a 308 XB Unleashed variant. Possibly we have discussed at some point pushing XB to Unleashed, but I don't have, again, it's not on the immediate agenda, so don't hold your breath on that. Break MTW options. Oh, this looks like fun. I saw the word trebuchet, so we're going to get into this. Drop test is an easy one. Fire test would be cinematic. If you know someone with a trebuchet, the true superior. So launch it in a trebuchet. Incidentally, I'm going to be building a trebuchet over Christmas with my son for his science fair project. So, yeah, fun times. Trigger system is for the P90 and F2000, much better than the system that comes with the Hydra. You guys could build a sick bullpup with it out of the box. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Bought the 308 and it's amazing, and have the new Bluetooth, a new FCU Bluetooth. It's fantastic. Good. Glad you like it. Can I make the Hydra Bluetooth? What do I need to do that? We don't have a way to do that right now. Right now, the only Bluetooth FCU option we have is on the MTW. Let's see. Karsten says, hey, Rich, first wanted to congratulate all of you at Wolverine. Fantastic guns and absolutely great builds. Personally, I own every edition to tier edition. Also converted my Forged with the new Quake after I got the Dig 1. 308 came with ready installed. My question would be possible to have the Gen 12 with the Quake installed. I love my Gen 12, but seems something's missing. Personally, I think it makes more sense to have a shotgun with recoil. Thanks. The answer is, in theory, it's possible, but there's some major challenges with it. I'm not going to get into the technical details beyond that, but in theory, it is possible that we could do that in the future, but it may require a complete redesign of the engine just due to some of the pneumatic balance issues within that work differently in the Havoc than they do in like the XTS. But that's awesome. Thank you for all the support, and we love seeing people with lots of MTWs. That's good stuff. Thomas says, really like the Blink. Got 3 so far from Airosmiths. Jay Windchill, I feel like the Blink auto dwell would be more accurate if it took a sample of 3 to 5 shots per dwell. Yes, they're one of the things that we will be doing, and again, it'll be rolled out as an update. Is a more advanced algorithm in terms of the auto tuning. Again, we wanted to kind of start with the basics, and again, because of the ability to roll out software and firmware updates, it makes it, so yeah, there will be something along those lines in terms of adjusting the tuning algorithm to get it more precisely optimized. We started basically making it super conservative, so it never ends up guessing low. It ends up on the high side a little bit, if anything, just because. Again, the target audience for that is largely people that just don't want to think about it and aren't necessarily experts with the technology already. So, and if you err a little on the high side, okay, you lose a little bit of efficiency. You get most of the efficiency, and there's no performance hit for being a little bit high. So that's where we started. But I appreciate the feedback. We will be adjusting that algorithm at some point in the future. That's the universe telling you to launch the MTW via Trebuchet. That might be tricky. I don't know that our Trebuchet is going to be heavy duty enough and large enough to launch an MTW, but we could try. I mean, we can always try. Break idea. Fire it while it's under a shower. Milsim rain simulator. Limited edition MTW 308 run when? You're talking like a Fossil Series 308. That would be fun. We've talked about it. Have a few ideas for it. What would you want to see on a Fossil Series 308? What would you want to see? What's the best article, in my opinion? Oof. Best article. I'm probably an article. I mean, if it's just me, I'm probably an Article 3 guy. But Article 4 coming with the tracer, you get all the Bluetooth and all the built-in tracer functionality and all that. That's a hard to beat combo right out of the box with all that ready to go. Coyote Force. Will we ever have HBA offering that could be tailored for rental field usage? No electronics, 13 cubic inch tank base, love our Wolverine products, and we need a reliable field gun for our fleet. Get in touch with us. I'm not sure why you don't want electronics. We have people very happily using, not a lot of fields, because most fields are unwilling to put up money for a more expensive gun. We can do the economics, though, and it is well worth it in the long run versus buying cheap guns and just running them until they die. We can work through the numbers, but we have a number of fields that are very happy using using our MTWs as rental guns. So get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do to help you out. I think we've done even some like factory second stuff that has like cosmetic issues or whatever, because for a rental it doesn't matter. So get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do. MTW AK, please. Of course. I don't know. We've been over this before many times. We are well aware that everybody wants an MTW AK. So Fossil 308. Let's see. He wants XTS engine, FDE Cerakote, maybe longer handguard and outer barrel, thinking 16-ish. I feel like if you're going to do I mean, the standard one, a standard outer barrel comes with the 1.5-inch extension, so you can make it 16-inch. I feel like you could go 18-inch outer barrel and for a limited run, do something crazy. But maybe that's just me. MTW Uzi type thing. I'm not sure what that means. MTW Uzi type thing. Are you saying you want us to make an MTW Uzi type thing? Okay. The blue and white gun is sick. You're talking about the one right back. Ooh, where is it? There. Yeah. That's a random combination of parts that we got done. It's like silver anodized or clear anodized. It comes out looking almost white. It's like a bead blast and then clear anodize on the lower and then blue on the upper and then some red carbon fiber and all that. So it's like a America gun, red, white, and blue. It's pretty good stuff. Should we do a few of those for the 4th of July special release or something? That would be fun. Are you going to release an unleashed sniper that's designed for HPA? Maybe. It's definitely on the list of things that we have talked about. Again, not sure when exactly, but it's definitely on the list of possibilities. Gen 12 SBS rail system, so I can have a metal rail and not 3D printed. 7-inch version would be sweet. Yes, mag and grip submachine gun. I mean, we could. At that point, you're on either a like Uzi style or MP7 style or something like that. Again, MP7's cool, but we're not gonna get the license for it. So then it would be, I don't know. Do people want an MP7 that doesn't have, isn't really an MP7? Think like M110 SA SS for the Fossil 3. Yeah, that would be cool. MTW MP9. Will there be a full carbon upper for Heretic? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we could. It's not hard to do. It's not exactly the most difficult project on the planet, but I don't know. It's, again, I don't think I'd say that one's on the short list. I don't know. Let's see. Things I was supposed to mention. Oh, modernized Mac 10 with CNC receiver. Okay. Shout out Tyler from Tech Support for his great service. Yeah, the tech team's awesome. They take really good care of you guys, and I really appreciate all their work in doing so. Stuff happens, and we do our best to make it so stuff doesn't happen, but stuff still happens, and so we got to deal with it and take care of customers. Oh, goodness. That's a question. Ricardo says, can the regulator from the Wolverine billet Unleashed be removed and used on a bottle in theory? Somebody said look forward to it. Look forward to what? What did I say we were doing? I don't know what I said we were doing, but apparently I said we're doing something. In theory, you could, but the airline, you have no way to attach an airline. The regulator cap on that is designed to take the hard point, which is just an O-ring fitting. There's no way to actually attach an airline to it. So it'll screw onto a bottle, but there's no way to attach an airline. Carson said, thanks for answering. We'll look forward to it. I don't know what you're looking forward to, but cool. Dread Foss said, mine right now looks like M110 a 1-ish tribute, burnt bronze and different furniture to fit the tone. It's an absolute beast. Pride of my collection. Sweet. Yeah, that's a really cool look. It would be cool to. I like the M110 look. It would be cool to do something kind of like that along those lines for that would be a fun Fossil release. Just get FDE Cerakote or something, and yeah, that would be cool. Any hints for future projects? I don't know. I'm trying to see whether. Let me think whether there's anything I can say. No. I got nothing. Sorry. There are many projects in the works. I mean, I already gave you some hint. We are looking at no promises, but Havoc with a different BB count, maybe doing a 6 BB Havoc engine. I don't think those things are shockers. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I don't know. I mean, there's many things in the works. There always are. If you've been around, our company for any length of time, you'll know there's always a long list of stuff in development. I tell people I run the business to pay the bills for me to do the development work. Yeah, I mean, there's many things in the works, but you're going to have to just wait and see. I mean, I've said many times there's lots of things that's on my wish list, but that doesn't mean they're actually ever going to make it to, to production. I love the PDR concept. We've kicked that one back and forth. Again, I don't think we're going to get the Magpul license on it, but you could do something that one I'm pretty sure is not, the form factor is not copyrighted. So you could do something the same form factor, just it wouldn't be Magpul licensed. Not saying we're going to, but I love the concept. Bolt action, a bolt action sniper, something using the Bolt or Bolt M engine that supports like natively supports air stocks and stuff like that, I think would be super fun. Those are things that I'd like to do. I still want to do a freaking like legit lever gun, like Mad Pig custom style, just something, I don't know. Yeah, these are all things on my wish list today, and probably the things on that I'm telling you are not the things we're actually going to do, but or at least not do soonest. But we are going to have really fun stuff at IWA next year. I'll tell you guys that. Lord willing, the plan is to have some really cool stuff to share with you guys. IWA 2026. We will be in attendance. It'll be our third year, I guess, having our own booth there, February 26th through March 1st. And you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. SIG Spear XM7. That one, I have some contacts at SIG, but I don't think they're gonna give us a license on that. And frankly, the manufacturing on that would be a freaking nightmare. So Airsmith says Mad Pig custom Marlin Thumper would be would that not be cool? Like something that takes, basically uses the same system as a Bolt M, but it's just lever, actuated. And yeah, like, dude, I'd play with that. That would be fun. But it has to be like, not attempting to throw any shade here, but like the G&G lever action thing, that's cool. I get it. It's AR MagFed. That's nice, gameable, all that kind of stuff. It's just not what I'm envisioning. Like, I want legit lever action, like classic. I don't know. I've been telling people this for years, and it hasn't happened yet. I don't know whether it'll ever happen, but I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be a really cool thing. If I ever get time, I may just do it for myself, even if we don't produce it for anybody else. Let's see. Oh man, we're already 45 minutes in. How did we get 45 minutes in already? One last thing. Just keep an eye out for, since you're on here. We are going to have some select. We'll have a standard discount on some on Black Friday coming up. We always do a Black Friday discount, but we're going to have some specials this year. We're going to be running some really cool, especially one of these really substantial discount on some different select offerings. So keep an eye on it for Black Friday. Not going to tell you what those are, but those will be going up as we get closer to Black Friday. So keep an eye out for those. Air Smith says, "Produce 2, please. I'll collect mine when I visit next." Yeah, I don't know. It would be fun. I'd play with it. Like I'd run around the field with a freaking lever action and throw a red dot or something on there, and just, especially if I could play like, bolt action, energy limits. So like run it like a sniper, but just with, low or no magnification and lever action, and just run around the field causing chaos. Yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. So anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up? This went so freaking quick, guys. I don't know how. Oh, one other thing we'll mention. Huge props to our production team. Biggest complaint we've gotten over the past year has been that our lead times suck. And the production team has worked their butts off, along with procurement and everybody else, to the machine shop. Really a company-wide effort to get our lead times down. And our lead times are now very reasonable. We're shipping most stuff out pretty freaking quick. So they've done a tremendous amount of work to catch up and get things out in a timely fashion. So thanks to everybody on that. And if you've been waiting around because you didn't want to wait, 2 months for us to ship you a gun after you ordered it, just now's a good time to get on there and get your order in. It's like I said, check out the Black Friday specials that'll be coming up. Yeah, hats off to the lever team putting in the work. Yeah, no, they've been doing really good stuff. A lot of effort on the part of the team to get stuff, increase our throughput and improve our operations to be more responsive to customer orders and get stuff out in a more timely fashion. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody on that. It's a big undertaking. So not seeing any more questions or comments. We'll leave it there, guys. I appreciate it. Had fun. It's always good when these go quick because it means there's, lots of good interaction and conversation. So another vote for the lever gun. At least 3 of us want a lever gun. I don't know. Maybe someday my dream will come true. But all right, guys, I appreciate it. Have a good one. Again, I just apologize if I sound like I've been a little bit out of it. I'm beat. Didn't sleep well last night. A little under the weather, but all good. Appreciate all the interaction that kept things lively. Will those Black Friday deals be unique for yourself, or will they go live at all the resellers? They will be at resellers as well. All the dealers are authorized. We ran a dealer sale leading up to Black Friday so that they can get a discount on the stuff we're going to be offering specials on. And then, dealers will be authorized to offer the same specials as well. I think all of them. I don't think we're doing any that are just exclusive to us, but generally we try to, support dealers and let them offer stuff as best we can. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time, or we will see you guys out on the field. Thanks, guys.